I'm going to introduce to you the Cummins that I just bought. This is a 2008 model with the 6.7 Cummins in it. I'm hoping to share with you on how to fix a lot of these problems that I'll show you in this current list of all the problems that I've written down that this truck needs attention for. Some of them's just maintenance there in the middle, but a lot of them are things that really need fixing. In some ways, I mean, you could just drive it with those problems. It's not really a big deal, but I'm just going to mention some things that I want to repair about this vehicle. The headlights, I want to go ahead and polish those. That's really not that hard to do that. The wipers are sitting up there in the middle of the windshield. They need to somehow be adjusted to be down. There's a couple roof lights that are out. The tailgate's got some, or the tailgate's completely crushed, but there's one dent here that's not really a big deal. This tailgate is completely, like the way it looks, it's bowed out in this direction to the point where it's very difficult to open. I've already bought a bed and a new tailgate for it. This bumper's pretty crushed. Those things aren't really a huge deal to me, but I do want to go ahead and repair them. This back area is pretty badly beaten up. But like I was saying, I already bought a replacement bed for this. There's a gooseneck in the middle there that's a hideaway gooseneck. I really like that about this. And then there's two of those well, I don't know what you call those. Those little things come out and then you can use those to tie stuff down. So this is a 3500, not the 2500, and it's not the dually model. So these are a little bit harder to find. It's a long bed model. That's another thing that I liked about it. This bed, I'm hoping to remove it, and if anybody is interested in it, then I'm willing to part with it because I'm planning on replacing that. The good thing about this bed is that there is basically no rust besides, you know, you see a little there and a little there where it had body damage. But as far as a clean truck, this is a very rust-free truck. This is about as rust-free as you're going to find. So currently this truck is throwing 12 check engine light codes, 9 are dealing with the EGR system. There is one that threw something with the EGT, but it was saying that it's related to the EGR being deleted. This is a pre-DEF model. The turbo seems to be working fine. There's no codes for that. It did throw like a low torque check engine light code for some reason. I think that may be related to a boost leak problem or an issue with the turbo, because there was one time I stepped on it and it had a little bit of lag that I felt like shouldn't have been there. But I'll show you how to check for that, how to run tests, and we can figure out what's going on with that. It's got something here, I don't know what that is. I was thinking maybe a CB radio or something. There's some wires under here, I don't really know what they are for. I'm guessing it may be for this tuner right here. This is a H&S Mini Max. I like the stereo it's got in it. It's got a Pioneer, but the radio does not work for some reason, so I gotta figure out what's going on there. It's just pure static. It does work with the Bluetooth though. The seats kind of need some repair, so I'm thinking about trying to fix this issue. The thing I do like about this truck though is it does have leather interior and these are heated seats. So it had a couple options. One thing I think is interesting here, it's got 306 written there, so it's probably a fleet truck at some point. The back here, when this is raised up, there's a latch underneath here that makes this stick up, and I guess the spring is broke or something, so you kind of have to go back and manually make that go back down. The trash can bin is not in there for some reason. I guess that something may have broke there. I'm not really sure what's going on. When I saw this rust right here, I was thinking maybe it was like a flood truck or something, but I didn't really put too much worry into that because the engine and transmission are like really clean. There's hardly anything leaking on this truck. The only leak I found was a little bit on the very end of the transmission. that kind of looked like it may have been oil or something, but it didn't look very serious, so I just didn't really hesitate to even say anything about that. Right now it's sitting just shy of 290,000 miles. For that many miles, I'm surprised that the valve cover gasket shows no sign of leaks. Even the entire engine shows no sign of leaking any oil. So I was pretty impressed with that, especially for the amount of miles that are on this vehicle. I don't think there's really a whole lot to show under the engine just because it's mostly stock besides being deleted, which was done prior to me purchasing this. I don't know if you can see that, but it actually reads on the window Trinity. There's 3 crosses here, and it says like Contractors Incorporated. There's a Jesus fish there. It says something right there. I can't really read that. And then somebody's phone number, which I can clearly read that, but I'm not going to mention what that is. So this is what it sounds like after almost 290,000 miles. It's got 4-wheel drive with electronic switch. I've already tried out the 4-wheel drive. Everything seems to be working correctly. They just don't go back to where they're supposed to go for some reason. Anyone know how to fix that?